Hi, welcome to mediatorpodcast.com, a mediation podcast and video series where we discuss mediation, negotiation, and collaboration. My name is Melissa Gragg, and I'm a valuation expert and mediator in St. Louis, and I specialize in divorce mediation and partner disputes. Today, we're actually going to talk about something that I really enjoy talking about, but we're going to tap into our intuition. So, how do you tap into your intuition and increase your EQ or emotional intelligence? With mediator Alice Shikina. She's based in California and she has a ton of emotional intelligence, which helps her mediate these cases. But how do you know if your intuition is correct, especially when you, as the mediator, say what your intuition tells you and everybody's like, that's all right.
Right. So I feel like it's very powerful to use caucuses in this. And I don't always use it. For example, let's say that someone agrees to whatever they've agreed to and they're like, okay, fine, I agree. I am always trying to read the subtext under the words yes or I agree. I'm trying to read the tone. I'm reading the facial expression to make sure that it's like what you talked about, that everything is in alignment, right? That the facial expression says I agree. The words say
Like,
I
I agree.
Yes. And so if there's a disconnect where they're like, okay, and then they have a flat tone, I'm immediately going to call it out. I'm going to say, hey, Melissa, I heard you say okay, but it sounded like you're not 100% okay. And I allow them to surface that because usually their intuition is telling them, let's just not talk about it and let's just agree, right? There's some kind of internal dialogue happening. And so I'm going to call out that internal dialogue. My intuition is letting me know, hey, Alice, like all these things are not in alignment. I do not sense Melissa is agreeing, even though she said yes. And even though her face looked like she was saying yes, because the tone didn't sound like a yes, right? So something is off. So in that case, I will usually ask, it sounds like, or I'm sensing like that you're not 100% on board, even though you said yes. Right. Or even if I ask someone, yes, do you understand? And they might say, I understand. And then their face looks really confused.
Right.
I will say, Melissa, you just now said that you understand, but it's looking like you're still a little bit confused. And I'm going to name everything.
Yes.
The other thing that I do, if there's something that's like not sitting right with me, I will usually put people in breakout rooms because they might be hiding something due to the other party being in the room. And so at least if I break them out, I can ask them privately, like, hey, is this okay? Or am I missing something? I'm sensing something's going on with you. What is it? And I'm usually very successful at digging up whatever gold that has been hidden because people are way more comfortable giving up all the stuff in a private session. So they will tell you, and then we can determine how much of that information do we incorporate into the conversation. A lot of times they're like, yeah, that's fine. You can go tell them, Alice. I don't want to say it myself. And so then they utilize me as the buffer to be able to express this stuff. But I think it's a fabulous tool to use because you have to intuit that the reason why it's not coming out and you're sensing it is because they're hiding it from the other side because they're uncomfortable. They don't want to express it. They have insecurities, whatever is going on, right? And so if you separate them and go to each one and say, what's really going on? It sounds like everyone says yes, but I'm still sensing like something's not right with you. What is happening? And then they will tell you.